is more of the simple things, right? More of the sweet things, more of the things that are in abundance. I heard I delight in nature. Wow, that's a gift. It's a practice to be able to claim and to name those things in our life that are enough, and to name what delights you is a way of doing that. Blessed are those who are hungry and thirsty after righteousness, for they shall be filled. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for physical justice, righteousness. They shall be surrounded by what is needed to sustain their bodies. Healthy are those who turn their mouths to receive a new birth of universal stability. They shall be encircled by the birth of a new society. Aligned with the one are those who wait up at night, weakened and dried out inside by the unnatural state of the world. They shall receive satisfaction. Healed are those who persistently feel inside, if only I could find new strength and a clear purpose on which to base my life. They shall be embraced by birthing power. Integrated, resisting delusion are those who long clearly for a foundation of peace between the warring parts of themselves. They shall find all around them the materials to build it. When we see ourselves as enough and worthy, we can engage to make the world whole too. In fact, we'll be compelled to contemplation and action, going to our knees or to our quiet spot as a springboard to get on our feet. Righteousness is defined as an inner and outer sense of justice, a base upon which we can rest, the perfection of natural stability. Hunger and thirst are images depicting when we are driven to an inner sense of radiance and clarity. An outer conviction sums up the global responsibility of the human community to make sure every human being has enough and knows he or she is enough. Where does this hunger come from? Pay attention. Remember? Remember, blessed be, pay attention. When we pay attention, we think of the things that create hunger and thirst within us. Think of the recent experiences in your own life around your health, your family, your work. Perhaps you've had a recent hip replacement, and all of a sudden everyone around you is having hip replacements. Right? I know that when I was pregnant, it seemed like everyone was pregnant. When you have parents that are aging or failing of health, everyone has parents in that situation. When you recognize anxious and loneliness around you, everyone has anxiety and loneliness. When you start giving, seeing, and then giving someone in need, all of a sudden everyone is in need of something. When you see squashed rights anywhere, you see it everywhere. When we pay attention, when we see and then become hungry and thirsty, we then see the gaps, the hopes, and we see them everywhere. When we're paying attention, we're able to pick up on this reality in so many places, in places that we hadn't expected, and in both good and bad situations. Since I've traveled to Cuernavaca, Mexico, I was aware all of a sudden that a volcano that erupted in Mexico probably had ash that fell on my host family's house. All of a sudden, I'm paying attention. The brush fires in Australia are hard to miss, but now that I know that the Fishers have family there, this place is a place of danger for my family, too. When I read the Bitterroot Star this weekend, I saw that there was a need for money. And so there is a need for money everywhere. But at the same time, the Star had an insert inside it. And it showed that where there's generosity, there is generosity everywhere and in abundance. When asked to consider what gives richness, and I'm going to define this as someone who is a filled person, a quenched person, a satisfied and sustained person. Shane Claiborne, who is a Christian, an author, and activist, said that the connected neighborhoods and communities are the richest. It's easy in an affluent or busy area to downgrade community, but that actually makes the individuals, and especially the churches, in those spots poor. We can't just drive into our garages, close them, and allow the edifice of our house to be the interface that we offer the world. Shane believes that community serves many purposes: caring for each other, belonging, purpose, and a shared responsibility to the abundance all around us. If we took this idea and became a church that was filled, quenched of thirst, rich in the deepest way, what form of community would that look like? What would it look like for us to be and offer and share together and with others the nourished, healed, and integrated reality of those who seek the common good? This is part of the question we will answer this morning as we consider the values we hold and the vision we have for this church. What are we seeing, paying attention to, and how will that in fact guide our response to God's call on our lives? If we took this idea and became a church that was filled, quenched of thirst, rich in the deepest of way, what form of community would that look like? Part of community is knowing your neighbors. And so we're going to practice one more time with your neighbor now that you've heard a little bit about what they delight in. This time, I want you to answer the question, what do you hunger for?